don't know if y'all can see me nor hear me, but what I'll do is I'll check the sites just to make sure I'm on deck. Let's check, and let me see. Let's see, YouTube, we live. YouTube, we in the game. Let's see, Twitch. Twitch, is we in the game? Let's see. Twitch, okay, we in the game. Shout out to Twitch, we in the game. Alright, Trovo, let's check. Trovo, is we in the game? Trovo, we in the game. Trovo, so one more, Facebook. Facebook, is we in the game? Facebook, is we in the game? Okay, Facebook, we in the game. Alright. So, I'm really trying to stay positive right now, but I'm not in the best mood right now. I'm not in the best mood right now, but I'm gonna do what I have to do to stay positive and focus on, what I'm supposed to do at hand. So, really, what I was gonna do today is design. I wanted to redesign another black show. Let me pause this goddamn music. What is up with me? It's like I want music when I design, but it's like if I'm talking and I hear music, it irritates the shit out of me. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. So basically what I was trying to do is I wanted to redesign a show. I never used to watch this show, but I always found it very interesting when I used to catch it. But it was this show a long time ago called Sea Bear and Jamal. Now this is the thing that is so weird, and I've said this on multiple videos. A lot of black cartoons, you can never find clear images of them. Like, it's irritating how you can never find just a straight up high-res image of a black cartoon. It is always, it's just fucking weird, dude. It's irritating how you can never find like straight clear-cut images of the character. You only find like episode pictures and shit like that. But it's never like a clear-cut image of just head to toe the character. And if you do find it, it's always a very small image or pixelated. And I'm starting to have theories about that. Maybe like a lot of these shows, that a lot of these quote unquote black shows, I don't think these were owned by black people, or there was like legal issues with a lot of these shows. Because it's just very weird that a lot of the black people who used to own a lot of these shows, you never see them mention these shows like that. And you never see a clear image of the shows. You never see people posting pictures of these shows anymore. Any of that. Just think about this for a second. Just think about a lot of those older black cartoon TV shows, like Wayne Head, like Sea Bear and Jamal, and I don't know, just most of them. You never see people post them like that. They never post them like that, and you never see like a clear-cut picture of these characters. It's always either some redesign shit somebody done did on DeviantArt, but you never see like a clear-cut picture of them. The only one I've been seeing recently was like Bebe's Kids, but those just been like a bunch of remakes too. It's like you never see a clean image of it, and I feel like it's a reason for that. I feel like they didn't own these shows or something. There's something weird about that, yo. But I appreciate everybody who's checking in, coming in, showing love. All of my people on Trovo, I appreciate it. I'm just now figuring out how to navigate that Trovo. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. Shout out to my family members that's been coming in, showing love. But today we're gonna go ahead and try to get enough pictures so I can make sure I design this as clean as possible. I want to make sure we do a redesign, but we give it the right attention that it needs so we can make sure that we got it nice and clean by the time we present it to people. So let me make sure that y'all can see what I'm seeing on my screen so I can make sure we all on the same page. Okay, so y'all should be able to see that. So you already know, once we get these type of designs on hold on, oh shit, come on baby. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's get that on there. So this is a good picture of Jamal. So let's Just keep that right there. Now I'm looking for a good picture of Sea Bear. I can't find a good picture of Sea Bear. See, Sea Bear was, if I'm not mistaken, he was played by Tone Loc. For a lot of people who don't know who Tone Loc is, he was an old school rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? A long time ago, there used to be a old school rapper named Tone Loc, and he used to do a lot of voice acting. He had a real deep voice. And trust me, if you hear his voice, you'll know who he was. He was in a lot of movies. He did a lot of voice acting work. He still does voice acting work to this day. Like, he still be on little cartoons and shit like that. And he used to play the bear on his TV show. See, look, you can barely find a clean-cut picture of this goddamn bear. Okay, I found one, but this ain't the original. I'm gonna drag this in here just so I can show y'all. If you going back and watching this video on YouTube, you can follow what I'm doing step by step while you're on Illustrator, so you can get a good idea how to put this together. Okay, so far I found a good picture of Sea Bear. Well, that's not a good picture of him because that's not how he originally looked. I want to get his original look. It's hard to find a fucking picture of his original look, y'all. Damn, this shit is crazy. Sea Bear and Jamal. Let's search them, but let's try to do a scrub search. Search it in a certain size. Let's search it in a large size. And then the color of the bear is orange. So let's search the color orange. This is like a good way if you want to find like a specific picture. Start searching the color of whatever that character was. Okay, I'm finding pictures. A lot of these is remakes though. I'm gonna try to find an animation cell. Most cartoons used to be made out of animation cells back in the day. A long time ago, like when people made cartoons, they actually was drawing that shit and then putting them behind a projection screen. So that's where like a lot of that shit was coming from. Like, so that's why if you notice, even movements and everything of cartoons back in the day was real different. And even like the quality of like the show was different. That's why a lot of people like the cartoons from back in the day. Is only because back in the day, the cartoons, they really like took their time with the cast. They took their time with drawing the characters. They took their time with everything that was on these shows. Damn. And I feel like that's the reason why we don't value cartoons today. Well, I don't value cartoons because I'm just too old for this shit. I'm just cartooned out. This shit is played out to me. But at the same time, like, I feel like people value cartoons back then because of the culture of how we used to watch TV. And then like, I don't know, just the episodes, the storylines was just way different. Now to create a cartoon is so easy, and to create a storyline is so easy. I feel like a lot of shit doesn't feel just original. And that's why a lot of people, like, they really chase originality nowadays when they watch things. Why do you think the Wednesday show is so popular right now? Because that originally comes from an original idea, but it's a remake, just like most of these damn things. I cannot find no solid picture of this damn bear, yo. Like, this shit is sad. I'm finding pictures of him, but I'm not finding like a good solid picture of him. Like a picture of him just standing straight up, just like how it is right here. If y'all happen to find one, send that shit to me. Because I do not see one. I see one where his back is turned. I'm going to drag that in there. I'm really trying to do my research and make sure. Because I want to make sure when I create them, I do them as good as possible. Pause on that. Just want to make sure that this nigga is designed correctly. See, I'm still running into remakes, but not the original thing. And this nigga Jamal, this nigga hairline was all fucked up. I'm so glad that we, as designers, have gotten better at that. Like, back then, they was trashing, like, black kids' hairlines in cartoons back in the day. Like, yo, this shit was trash. Let me show you this. Let me show you this man's hairline, yo. You see this shit, man? Fuck was these niggas thinking, yo? You got this man's hairline looking crazy like this. This supposed to be a high top fade, fam. I don't believe somebody black drew this. Especially how his lips look goofy right here. Or is that supposed to be his teeth? Yeah, that look goofy to me. Like, I don't like that. I might just manually draw this, but I don't want to. I want it to look like the original. I want to get close to the original. And I'm damn near going to put this picture on the internet for free for anybody to download. Just so we can have like a clean cut version of him. Because this shit is sad, bro. I shouldn't have to look this deep to find a damn picture of him. I know if I search a picture of SpongeBob or something, I'll find like 100 full body pictures of this nigga. A lot of these old black shows, man, we was not getting taken care of properly. Okay, I'm going to just have to settle for what I got. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and settle. I'm definitely settling for this picture at the top left. I'm definitely going to keep that. And I'm debating if I should get this one on the bottom right. And I'm going to keep this one as a reference. Put that to the side. So like I always say, once you start your project, once you get to this point, what you want to do is double click your layer that you're currently on. Double click that layer, then click on template. That's going to dim down your image to where it's a little bit more transparent so you can prepare it to start drawing over it. Or tracing over it in the case of what we're doing. We're going to be using the pen tool and the curvature tool to recreate these characters. Now you can follow this if you're watching me on Adobe Illustrator. Of course, if you're watching this live, you're probably not following on Adobe Illustrator. But shit, if you are, then shit, I salute you. But it's gonna be hard to keep up with me. Somebody is writing me. Who is that? Shout out to my son. He sent me a picture of Bear and Jamal. But this picture isn't, this is just the same picture that I found. And this is the picture that I'm using currently. These pictures, you can't find a straight up clean picture of Bear and Jamal, which is very sad. And if you look at even the person who drew this back in the day, their line work was not good. Like, I'm not sure what they were using when they was doing their line work, but it wasn't good. I don't like this. So we got to do something about this. And as a designer, I'm not about to let my boy go look out looking crazy like this. Let's start getting our line work together. You already see we're using the curvature tool and the line tool. Let's get these boys back to life, man. One thing I want people to understand, especially my people who are not black, make sure you get these hairlines correctly. If you've been around a black person, you know that our hairlines are nothing like that. We do not have our hairlines, raggedy in this type of way. Usually if our hairlines are bad, that is because of something. That's because, you're ending up like me and you're getting old and your hairline starting to go away from you. As you can see, mine's is fighting for his dear life. You see this shit? I'm fighting for my dear life right now. I'm getting Tory Lane. Now Tory Lane's shit, his shit is missing like all in the back and shit. My shit is still here because when I grow my shit up more, my shit like covers up like my thinning spots. I don't want to say bald spot, my thinning spot, because bald spot is like you got a hole. I just got like the thinning in the front. You know what I mean? You don't usually see niggas with hairlines like this until they start hitting them ages like 30 and shit like that. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and just get this hairline work right. I want my man's hairline to look right. I want him to look like he got a high top fade. You see that? How I'm correcting? That's what you want to do, man. Correct this shit, man. Don't be having these black cartoons out here with these raggedy hairlines. That's one thing about me, man. If I ever work on any cartoon set, I'm saying something about that. I ain't letting y'all go out and keep having black people look like this with these raggedy hairlines and shit. Okay, somebody else. Who's sending me something? I appreciate the people sending me pictures, trying to make sure we get the right pictures and make this look good. Oh, shit. They sent me a picture of Sea Bear. Let's go. Let's go. We got a better picture of Sea Bear. Hold on, y'all. I got to drag that in the game. This ain't an original picture, but I like this a lot better. This is perfect. Not perfect because it's not an original, but it's close though. It's close enough to where I feel like it's usable. So shout out to the person who just sent me that. Let's drag that into Illustrator. It's been hard, y'all. I'm trying to find a good clean picture of Sea Bear. It's just these pictures of Sea Bear ain't right, man. They ain't did my boy right. You see this, y'all? I like this picture. I like the way he's posing. I like this whole shit. I like this. I feel like this is a good picture. The only thing I don't like about it is he don't have his jacket on. I really wanted to get him with his jacket, because his jacket is original to me. I like the way his jacket looks. I feel like I could do a lot with that. But we can settle for this. So we're going to leave that right there on the template layer, and we're going to continue to work. Let me make sure nobody's talking to me. I don't want nobody to be saying anything, asking anything, and I don't want you to feel like I'm ignoring you. Let me check these sites. It might be quiet out here. As long as it's quiet, we good. Let's make sure. Facebook, we good. YouTube, we good. Twitch. Shout out to the people on Twitch that's watching. Trovo. Let's go to MySpace and make sure we good. Trovo, we good. I see it's 2 people watching on Trovo. Let's keep it like that, and let's get back to what we was doing. Okay, so we already have our layer, which if you look at the layer, you can see that everything is already templated out, which means it's lighter, so we're ready to draw. I'm actually make that template a little bit lighter. I'm gonna change that to a 30% instead of a 50, so it can be lighter. Boom, you see how light that is now? Now you're ready to start drawing. So like I was saying before, man, if I was ever on one of these sets, I'm making sure that the black kid is looking good. I want to make sure that he has the look that he's supposed to have. Remember, when you're doing afros, you want to make those as straight anchor points and then bend them. So let's make those straight, and then let's bend these once these get to the ends. Now he does have a high top fade, so we're going to keep him with this high top fade, but I do want to do a lot of line correction far as like the top of his fade. So let's get that lines in there. Let's make those lines very thin so we can still see the project. And as you can see, we made straight lines, and all we're doing is bending the lines with the curvature tool so we can make sure that Jamal has his hair correctly. Sometimes I don't like the whole Jamal name because I feel like that's a stereotypical name for a young black boy. Jamal. I don't like that. Okay, let's get this right. We just want to make sure his hair is on point before we get to the next step. Now remember, when you're making fades, what you want to do is you want to put a line like right around this part of the sideburn. Put a line like right there. I know you're probably looking like, why is he doing that? It's all going to make sense later. When you're making a fade, you want to have that line of separation. So, okay, cool. So now let's do his eyes. As you can see, his eyes, those are just ovals. Just grab the shape tool. Let's make those ovals. And let's damn near make his ovals cleaner than the original. We want his eyes to be cleaner than the original. We of course want this to be a remake. We want it to look very similar to the original though. I don't like when people do remakes and they look like completely different cartoons. Like if you look at this remake of Sea Bear, I don't like remakes that look like this because this doesn't look like the original Sea Bear to me. The line work isn't on point. I don't see the details within him. This just kind of looks like a drawing that a kid did and did some extra details. I like for shit to look very close to the original, which this is going to be very hard to do because a lot of black cartoons back then, a lot of them didn't have, you don't really see a lot of original images of them unless you bought DVDs or something and have like you know, like some copies of the original files of the original cartoon. That's damn near the only way you're gonna get a high res image of them. But I ain't got time for that. I'm not buying every single DVD for these older cartoons. So let's go ahead and get this right. Another good idea to find some high-res images of these older cartoons is to find a what's the name, a episode on YouTube. Try to find an episode on YouTube and then try to get a screenshot of the cartoon. Now his eye, if you notice on this other eye, his cheekbone is within the eye. I think I might do that on both of the layers. So let's do this eye first. And then let's get that oval in there. Let's drag Buddy over there. Resize him a little bit. And I believe that's another oval in the inside, like that. Boom. What we're going to do to copy that, select the entire part, hold Option, and drag it over. That's how we duplicating that. We're going to duplicate that to where both of his eyes is on point. As you can see, the lines are overlapping. You have nothing to worry about. This is J Damage, baby. I'm going to take care of you. The lines is overlapping, but don't worry about it. I'm a professional. I do that for a reason. Do not be afraid to overlap your lines because we're going to clean them up before we even get into the painting process of actually coloring this cartoon. I just want to make sure we get this nice and clean. I want even the creators, if they ever see any of my videos, I do want them to feel like an actual cartoonist worked on their cartoon, and I wasn't working on it in a disrespectful manner. I'm just trying to get close to the original. Or they may get mad at me because maybe they don't want the original image out there. I'm starting to think that too. That's another theory I got. Maybe some legal shit is going on that they don't want the original image, a high-res version of the original image out there. And let's just hope that's not the case, because then I might be taking down these videos at some point in time. I'm having issues with his mouth, because his mouth, I can't tell if these is his lips like closed, smiling like this. I don't know if this is lips smiling or is this his mouth open with his teeth. I can't tell. We just gonna design it. I think I'm gonna make that his teeth, because it looks like teeth to me. I don't think CJ is supposed to have like some big goofy lips like they used to do a lot of black characters. Oh, he does have some big lips. So, is that supposed to be him smiling with his mouth closed? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some research and make sure. Just so we can make sure that, you know, we getting this nigga looking good, man. Know what I mean? Okay, his ears are pretty simple. All it is just the ears with a line going through them. So let's go ahead and get that together. Let's get that line. All right, let's move that line down. I need y'all to let me know what's a good city I should move into as a graphic designer. What city would be the most beneficial for somebody like me? I'm debating on not even city, what state should I go to? I feel like I really want to move to Michigan. I love the way I've always been treated out there. Always liked Michigan. It's a part of me that kind of wants to move to Cali. People have suggested me to move to California. They feel like with my skill set, it would be beneficial for me to move out there. But I honestly don't know. I don't know where I should go next. That's something I'm just thinking about. Where would be the next move for me and my kids to go to? You know, I want to go somewhere where it's nice and safe for my kids, but at the same time, an environment where it's not, too ghetto, too ratchet, or just too racist. Well, shit, that's damn near. I don't think that type of place even exists at this damn point. I think the best thing for me to do is try to move somewhere where I'm not around a bunch of people, just so I can do my work, I can do my shit, and I ain't got to be around nobody. I'm having a very hard time where I live at, man. Let's get this shit together. Boom. As you can see, we have most of his details done in his face. If you notice, we overlapped most of the lines. You know, we got his ears. His ears is kind of they're not what do you call that? They're not like the same. Whoever drew this, they didn't duplicate the ears. Both of the ears are different, so I'm kind of improvising with the way that things look. But I'm still trying to keep him retaining his original look. So let's continue. His hands look very cheap. You cannot even see the detail of how his hands is supposed to look. So I don't want to clean this up too much because I don't want it to too much look like a remake. But I mean, of course it is, but I do want to stick close to the original, to where it's not looking too different. I want a person to look at this and be like, that's very close to the original. So I want to stay with the original colors, the original feel, and try to get the line work as close as possible to the original. Let's get right there around the arm and the shoulder. I mean, not the shoulder, but the elbow. Let's straighten that up. Make sure anytime you're working on this type of project, make sure you're getting your lines nice and clean. They don't have to be perfect, but you do want them to be usable. You want by the time that somebody sees this, they can see that you took your time with these lines and made sure that they was looking right and looking good. If you can't hear me, let me know. So I know sometimes I'll be drifting off from the microphone. Getting in the zone. Everything that you see me doing is not that hard. Anybody can do this. Don't think that J Damage got like some secret knowledge, which I do have a lot of knowledge with these programs. I can admit that, but I'm not doing nothing special. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. I always explain graphic design to people just like cutting hair. Anybody could pick up some clippers, put some guards on the clippers, and cut a black man's hair. But to cut a black man's hair good, that's what takes skill. Anybody can cut some hair if they put some guards on. You can't fuck up if you put some guards on. But if you want that crispy hairline, you want those designs in your head, you want that fade, that takes skill. Remember, anybody can do this shit, but it takes talent to do this shit really good and to get paid off of it. A lot of people can cut hair. Think about it. A lot of people can cut hair, but how much people can actually get paid from doing it? I know people who cut hair good, but if they go inside of a barbershop they've never been to, they're damn near get no customers. It's because your reputation and the way you cut hair has to be very outstanding for you to get that clientele that you need. Otherwise, people just come to you out of desperation because they just need their haircut. But it takes talent. It takes talent to do this at high levels, at different heights. I just wanted to lay that on y'all, just so nobody feels intimidated by what I do, because it ain't that hard. Let's get the okay. So he's wearing a backpack. So that's what looks so weird to me about it. Like, why does his shirt look so goofy to me? But he's wearing a backpack, and then, of course, Sea Bear is coming out of the backpack. We're not drawing Sea Bear right here. So I don't even think I should even draw his backpack. But I think I'm going to just draw him with the backpack on both sides. And I'm going to try to make it to where Sea Bear is non-existent, because I'm going to draw him exactly how he is on the side like this with his arms folded. So let's continue. Let's go ahead and get his shirt together. Boom. This is probably the first time y'all done seen C-Bear and what's his name? C-Bear and Jamal cleaned up like this. It's sad because a lot of black cartoons, you can't find these clear images in them. Especially something that looks like the original. So I feel like shit, let me go through and bring my boys back to life, man. Okay, let's get his pants. Just bend it like that. We don't overlap those lines whenever we see pants sagging in this type of way. If you know black culture, you already know in the 90s, early 2000s, dudes was sagging real hard back then. That was the style. High top fades, that's actually an older style thing. I know like you're starting to see other cultures wearing them lately. But that's like an older, thing us black people used to do, especially in the 90s. In the 90s, that was like real big. Shit, I had a high top fade. I got a picture of me with a high top fade when I was a little kid. I used to have a high top fade with a tail in the back of my head. That's how old school I'm going. That's how far back I'm going. Cause I was born in '91, so I had a high top fade with a tail in the back. How many dudes can tell you that? Like, I was old school with that shit. I got pictures of me with some old school ass looks. I got a picture of me with a high top fade with a Cubs hat on. Straight up. Like fresh out of Chicago type shit. I mean, I'm not from Chicago, but I used to be out there a lot with my family members. And then of course, I moved to Chicago when I got older. But I'm not from Chicago, because I know sometimes people, they think I'm from Chicago because I lived out there, from 16 until I was an adult. So like sometimes people will see me at places like when I go visit Chicago nowadays, which I try to stay downtown. I try not to go to the hood unless I'm like really trying to see one of my family or friends. But like people be like, nigga, ain't you from Chicago? And I be trying to tell people like, I'm not from Chicago, but Chicago is like my second home. I just know like a lot of people there. Of course, I graduated Job Corps out there, went to Malcolm X College out there. So like, it's hella people who know me out there, but people don't know that I wasn't originally born in Chicago. When I was out there, I just used to fuck with a lot of people. And I feel like if you go a place and you make an impact on a lot of people's lives, where a lot of people fuck with you, they'll start assuming that you from there. Like, yo, nigga, like I used to see you. Like, it's like people that I know that's like, it always shocks people. Like, damn, I ain't know you be knowing these rap niggas like that. But yeah, I used to like really be in Chicago. This was before the Chief Keef era and everything. Like I watched Chicago go from, niggas with high top mohawk fades and shit. Like I watched Chicago go from house parties and dancing, everybody doing footwork and shit in the house parties and shit in the summer times. Chicago always been dangerous though, but like it just wasn't this type of vibe that it is now. And then like I watched Chicago go from, all of that, a lot of the dancing and parties and shit. I watched it go from that into straight gangster shit. When I say gangster shit, like next level gangster shit, like now you can't even go to a house party without the shit getting shot up. Like it's that fucking bad. Like, but don't get it twisted though. It's parts of Chicago that really ain't that bad as people try to make this shit seem. That's another thing. I feel like sometimes the news and internet and shit make shit seem a little bit crazier than what it is. Cause you'll fuck around and go to downtown Chicago, go to the hotel, go to a couple restaurants and never have no issues and shit. So I'm not trying to make Chicago look like it's soft or no shit like that. Don't ever get that fucked up. But I'm just saying like sometimes I feel like things on the news and shit like that they amp up shit. But Chicago is actually a pretty fun fucking place, man. You know, I done had some good times out there, for real, for real. I wouldn't even know any of this shit that I'm doing right now if it wasn't for me living in Chicago. Okay, so we have his backpack. Okay, this backpack is getting kind of confusing to me because when the person drew this, they drew it in a very cheap looking way. So I might have to manually create that backpack so it'll make sense. As I see, I have his the backpack sleeve right here. I might clean this up a little bit because I don't like how it's not really matching on both sides. Let's do his shoes first, and we're gonna come back to that. Let's get his shoes right. I want them shits to look like some forces, god damn it. I ain't gonna do that because I don't want to get too far from the original. You know, when it comes to these cartoons, especially when you redesigning them, you know, you don't want to get too far from the original because you want when people to see it, they see the original cartoon. You know, you want that nostalgic feeling. Every cartoon, when you remake them, you don't have to do all the extra. Let me put some Yeezys on his feet. Let me have him wearing some J's and shit like that. You know, don't do that every time. You know, try to at least, you know, get creative, but don't get too creative where you too much far away from the original design. Let's put some holes right here. We're gonna do a little bit extra shit, but not too much. We just want to add a little bit of detail just to make them look a little bit more unique and clean. Boom. Let's do like that. And let's also take that to the other side. Let's copy it. What you want to do is select the entire part of it. Command C, Command F, then right click it, go down to transform, click on reflect. Once you click on reflect, a menu will pop up. Click on vertical and click OK. Then drag that over. You have just duplicated what you just did on the left side to the right side. So now you don't have to do anything else. No extra work. You're working smarter, not harder. Okay, so let's create this backpack. So let's continue from this line down here. Let's go all the way up. And let's go like that. We want his backpack to come all the way around, almost like a big ass parachute. Matter of fact, I'm gonna continue this line all the way through both sides of his body. Boom. Let's drag that over there. Boom. Let's bring it down a little bit. We don't want his backpack to be too intense. We want it to be kind of smoothed out a little bit because we want it to look as if Sea Bear isn't in it. We want his backpack to go straight to the back of him. So let's make these the sleeves to the backpack. Let's make those go all the way to the top. Let me erase this. Erase some of that. Let's drag those all the way to the top. I'm gonna have to get surgical with this one because I'm just not feeling the way that this is looking. And I want him to look a lot cleaner. Okay, so let's make this sleeve go to the top also. Yeah, let's make this sleeve go to the top. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, yeah, we want him to have those sleeves. Now we want his shirt to be kind of moved in to where you can see his shoulders a little bit. So let's add some little bit of shoulders right here. Boom, let's add that. Let's do the same thing for this side. Add a little bit of shoulder. Boom. I think we good. We just want his body to look a little bit more together. Matter of fact, let's add a line to give that to where it's the bottom of his arm. Might have to make some adjustments to that. We want his arms to make more sense. Yeah, this shoulder, I think we can ride it out like that. Because the original, they didn't even put much shoulder or under his arms or nothing down there. It's just, that was really it. Because this has the look almost as if that's supposed to be a vest. But that's not even a vest though. Shit looks stupid. Okay, so that's his. So we're going to leave this as his shirt. And let's make another one of these. No. We can leave this like that just so that can be the sleeve of the backpack. Mind you, don't pay attention to me right now. I'm just studying because I want to make sure this line work is correct before I get into the colors. I just want to make sure that right before I get into the colors that this makes sense. And that's what you want to do when you're working on these type of projects, is make sure that you always checking your work and making sure you're on point. Okay, so that should be it for Jamal. We have Jamal. Matter of fact, his pants don't. This nigga pants look crazy. He don't even got a belt on. It's nothing. Okay, we're gonna keep it like that. We're gonna keep to the original. So we're gonna keep him like that. Now let's work on Sea Bear. So Sea Bear, of course, this isn't the original Sea Bear, so we're going to have to freestyle some of this and just try to get him as close as possible. So let's go ahead and get these parts together. As you see, I'm using the pen tool and I'm using the curvature tool to clean up those lines. We want these lines to be nice and clean. Want those glasses to look like glasses. So when the colors is in, it's going to look like that. It's going to be a lot cleaner than that original. Probably move that like right there. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, because that looks a little bit better on his nose. His nose, we might have, yeah, we're going to have his nose in front of the glasses to where his nose is like poking out. Oh, shit. Let's see. Make sure everything is on that layer. Okay, cool. So let's see. Where the fuck did I just put them damn glasses? Where did I put that? There we go. Let's copy, delete, then Command F, put that on that layer. Let's get to work on this boy, Sea Bear. Crazy, I know a dude named Sea Boy. I wonder if Sea Boy's name based off Sea Bear. He is an old short head, bare head ass nigga. I wonder did they name him Sea Bear because of this? I'm gonna ask him that. I just thought about that. I never thought about where my nigga Sea Boy name came from. Maybe that they just call him Sea Boy. No, cause this nigga name don't even start with a C. His name start with a P. Why do they call him Sea Boy? I wonder if this nigga based off Sea Bear. Cause he is a short dude. He is an old bare face ass nigga. Yo, that's tripping me out right now. I never thought about that. Alright. I know how snapbacks usually look. See, some of this shit you gotta kind of go by memory. Because when it comes to a snapback, we know that a snapback looks like this. Let's take these, let's take the snap parts of the snapback. Let's manually do that since we can't even see the goddamn line work in this. So as you can see, I have to basically guess. I have to basically guess and just detail as I go. Just so I could just get this close. But trust me, we're going to get this right. And if I take too long, I'm going to just end the video and we're going to do a part 2. I just want to make sure I at least get this line work right. I don't want to be spending too long on it, but at the same time, I want this to look right. Okay, let's get his hat. Yeah, it looked like somebody might have made this on Photoshop or something. This don't even look like this was done on Illustrator. This line work is just not clean to me. But everybody, I don't want to downplay nobody's work though, because everybody doesn't know this method that I'm doing in order to clean up the line work. So that's why I never try to clown anybody who design things, and like a lot of time the line work like isn't clean because maybe they just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't know this this method that I'm doing. I didn't always know this method. But trust me, once you guys learn this method that I'm doing, you'll clean up a lot of shit. A lot of designs you're gonna be looking at, you're gonna be like, I can do a better version than that. Instead of having these low res images. Let's get his mouth right. Is Sea Bear's mouth this small? And do some research and look him up. Oh, his mouth is that small. Okay, so in most places, his mouth is normally small like that. Okay, that's cool. Let's keep Sea Bear with his original little mouth. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Sea Bear's fur is a little bit more visible on his on the shell, so we might keep that. Let's look what the old one looks like. Yeah, because his hair is a little bit, well, the fur is a little bit more. I see the edges on the lines. Yeah, he has edges on his fur, so we might keep it like that. Okay. Put a line right there for right now until we get to that point. Just to show y'all how to do those edges, I'm gonna show y'all real quick. So like, let's say for example, we want these edges on his body to be sort of like the edges from the original. As you can see on his face, you see those edges just to kind of simulate that he has fur. So we're gonna do this. Basically what you want to do is take your pen tool and basically just make points. Just make some anchor points as if you're making spikes. So boom, boom. Let's make another one down here. Boom, boom, boom. And so then what we want to do is go ahead and grab that curvature tool, come around like that. Boom, boom, boom. And that's going to give him that original look that he has. Let's do that over here too. No, actually, it's not that serious to put it right there. But I'm definitely going to do it on his hands. Okay, let's do that. Let's grab that anchor point. Make some sharp parts right there. And one right there. Boom. And then let's drag that over. Let's drag that over. Let's drag that over. Keep it like that. Boom. As you see, now look at that. Look at that. That's dope, man. Because I feel like we're bringing him back to his original look, even though like this is somebody remade this and they didn't make him in his original look, but now we can make him in his original look. So he looks like the original Sea Bear. A little bit of sharpness to him. I always thought Tone Loc's voice was dope when I was a kid. I was like, man, I always thought just having a deep voice was dope when I was a little boy. Now my voice deep as shit. That's what I get for wanting that shit so bad. Now I got it. All right, there we go. Boom. 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 Yeah, let's come back around. And let's not put no edges. Nothing sharp on these parts. Let's keep that towards the top. We want the top to be a little bit more sharper, just so he has that rough bear look. Now let's go to the other arm. Now his other arm, we are going to make it a little bit sharper towards the bottom, just so we can give him that original sea bear look. So once we down here, now let's use that pen tool and make those sharp parts. Boom, boom. Make another one down here, and let's finish it out. Once we have it like that, you see we made our pointy parts, our pointy anchor points. Now let's take our curvature tool, curve that out. Curve that out. Curve that out. I seen this girl. I'm going to tell y'all a quick little something. I was at the gas station. This girl, she sees me, and she says to me, she's like, yo, I remember you. Your name is James. I used to go to school with you a long time ago. I was like, really? You okay? That's what's up. That's what's up. I ain't even fucking recognize her, you know what I'm saying? But I still showed her love or whatever. And she says to me, you look so different because your skin isn't as like messed up as it used to be when you was younger. And I was telling her straight up, and just this is for any people who know me, who probably see me on camera sometimes, be like, damn, this nigga Jay look different. I got a dermatologist. So once I got a dermatologist, that's how my skin got cleared up and shit. So if you look at my skin isn't how it used to be. People who know me and remember me, you probably remember that I used to have like my acne. I still got my scars, but I don't have like super acne anymore. That happened because I got a dermatologist, and I had to change my diet. So basically I don't drink milk and shit like that no more. I feel like a lot of that was affecting my skin. My skin isn't 100% clear, but it's like way better. So like, I don't know. Let me get a little bit closer to the camera. If you can see, you don't see bumps and shit all over my face anymore as it used to be. But I still have a lot of the scarring. See, I still have a lot of the scarring. So now I have to find some solutions to get some stuff to repair a lot of the scarring. But yeah, when she seen me, like, it tripped her out because people are so used to my skin being real bad that when they see me now, it's like, damn, bro, you damn near don't even look the same because your skin ain't bad no more. Yeah, man, I was blessed. I was blessed to run into some good people who put me on some real game. And the good thing is these people are African who put me on game. So they knew a little bit better than a lot of the people I was dealing with over the years because, and this is no diss to anybody who is not of African descent. They didn't know how to deal with my skin because I personally think because of the culture difference, Sometimes other cultures don't know how to deal with, different cultures, skin and things of that nature because, of course, their culture does not have to deal with that. Black skin, you deal with a little bit different than other, races. Like, for example, with black people, we have more, we get more sun. We get more sun. That's the reason why our skin is melanated and whatever. Our skin reacts differently to the sun than other races. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main reason why black people, we have vitamin D deficiencies and things like that because the sun affects us differently than it affects other cultures. And me learning a lot of this was like my journey of figuring out how to get my skin looking better. Now, my skin still is bad, but you know what I'm saying? It's still damaged, but it's not nowhere near close to how bad it used to be. Anybody who knows me, my shit used to be very bad, like very bad, like to the point where people used to be like really concerned, like, damn, Jay, what's going on with you? Why your skin look like that? And man, nigga, back in the day, I ain't have no explanation for it. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But as you can see, shit just got better, man. Like just stopping a lot of the shit I was doing, far as like working out every single day, overeating, a lot of the milk and the meats and stuff like that was keeping my skin fucked up. But now I feel like I'm back in the game. Okay, let me acknowledge the people that's showing love. Jeshua Cool Face, shout out to you, baby. Christian, shout out to you, baby. These is my babies on here. These is my kids. Shout out to you for coming in, my kids for coming in and showing love. Shout out to everybody that's showing love. It says Jordy bro has well, let's acknowledge everybody who's showing love. Shout out to my guy Jay Rosa. Shout out to Imran Robinson. Shout out to you. Shout out to Jordy bro. Let me make sure I properly answer y'all questions, so I don't want you to feel like I'm ignoring you. Imran Robinson says, man, I missed this. Yo, shout out to you. Shit, I mean, I can't say I miss it because I don't know the show that well, but I do miss the vibes of the cartoons back then. And Jordy bro says, definitely dope, bro. Are you making an album cover? No, I'm not making an album cover with this. Not this specifically, but I am actually working on a design for another client, which is based off a 90s show, 90s or early 2000s, a show called Wild Thornberry. So y'all should be seeing that very soon. If I don't start on that tonight, I should be starting on that tomorrow morning, I want to say. Depending on how my day goes. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming in and checking out, and we're gonna keep this thing going. Right now, as you can see, if you're just now checking in, we just doing the line work of this show, and I'm trying to just correct the line work based off a lot of the things I'm seeing. If you just now checking in, I was talking about how a lot of the earlier black cartoons, you can't find a lot of clear images of these cartoons. So a lot of times when I put these together, you know, I do have an agenda behind putting them together because it's very hard to find a high res image of these cartoons, especially because a lot of these cartoons, they got canceled real early. Complaints from people got a lot of these shows canceled for just various reasons. And it's hard to find like straight up clear images of these cartoons. And I just find that very weird because there's hella cartoons that got canceled on, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and you can still find clear images of them. But all of the black ones, you can't find that shit. And that is very weird to me. Like, I don't know what is up with that, but it's very weird. Like, if you don't believe me, just go look up different black cartoons that came back up, even black TV shows. Like, go look up Cousin Skeeter. It's very rare that you will see a straight up normal episode of Cousin Skeeter online. Like, no bullshit. I'm talking about, go look this up. I seen a clear episode of Cousin Skeeter, and it was in a whole nother language. Like, the shit is weird, bro. Almost every black TV show from the 90s and early 2000s, you cannot find a clear version of them. And I have a very big problem with that. Like, what happened? And don't get it twisted. I don't have a problem with anybody of any other culture. I have a problem with the black people. I'm trying to ask my black people, what happened? Why did these shows that us as young black people from that generation, because we valued and we spent our time and money on these cartoons, why is there no clear images of them? There's no accessories of them. There's no clothing, no merch, no nothing. It really makes me feel like a lot of black people back then was selling out. And this is just a theory I have. I feel like a lot of them was selling out. They were selling out and selling their ideas and giving their cartoons up to different production companies because there is nothing of these cartoons. They're non-existent. Just think about it. Just think about this shit for a second, for anybody. And I don't only want my black people to be involved in this. Like, just think about this. You don't see this shit nowhere. It's weird. It's like, it makes me think that something happened with the business with a lot of these older cartoons. And it got to the point where, they had to, hang them up. And I feel like as black people, we need to stop just selling our stuff to everybody. When it comes down to these type of cartoons. Now, I don't want to target any cartoon specifically. I'm not saying what I'm saying happened to, Jamal and Sea Bear. I'm just saying, I'm just noticing this pattern with a lot of these older black cartoons. And I'm telling you, anything I'm saying, go look this up. Go look this up. If I'm wrong, dispute me on this. But I'm telling you, I know I'm not wrong. I've been checking this for a while now. And almost every cartoon, black cartoon back then has this issue. And it's very weird. I'm trying to go through and correct a lot of these, but mind y'all, I'm just playing by ear. I don't know what the intentions was when a person was making this, but they were doing this in a very cheap way, and it's kind of irritating. I want to make sure I get this as clean as possible. I gotta delete that line. I'm just not feeling that. Yo, shout out to everybody who is checking out the video though. Like I always tell y'all, every video, you do not have to stay for the entire video. These videos, I usually do these videos solely for the purpose for people to learn and whatnot. Sometimes people just like to come check in and show some love and, you know, see what I'm doing because people find what I do interesting. But I'm really trying to make sure I really cater to the people that's really trying to learn. And if you are learning, if you are following me on Adobe Illustrator or whatever program you're using, if you have any questions and you are not able to catch me on live, all you have to do is either email me at my email, jay.damage@yahoo.com, or what you can do is just inbox me on any social media platform that you see me on and just ask me a quick question like, yo, big nigga, I seen you working on such and such design. Yo, how did you do this? How did you do that? And if you have any requests that you want me to do a tutorial on, I can make sure that I show you that as fast as possible and as accurate as possible. Now, don't get it twisted. I don't know everything, but I do know a lot when it comes down to this graphic design field. And if I am able to assist you, I will assist you. Now, if you want me to work with you one-on-one, of course, that will cost. But if it's just a quick question, I'll make sure I'll answer it for you and, you know, and help you navigate. But as of right now, I'm working on a sea bear. If you're just now checking in, and I'm just doing the line work, trying to get this character as clean as possible so we can get him ready for coloring. When you get a project like this, you don't want to jump straight into coloring. You want to try to get the character as the line work as clean as possible on the character. Especially if you were working on this for a client, you want to make sure if this was a remake for a client, make sure you get this nice and clean. I forgot to do the inside of his ear. Let's go. Boom. Try to smoothen that out. Okay, cool. Boom. Okay, yeah. How long have I been on now? I feel like I've been on for a minute now. How long have I been on? Oh, damn, I have been on for a minute. It's been like an hour. See, I be doing this shit so much, I don't even be realizing it's been like an hour. I just be doing shit. But yeah, it's been a long time, so I'm probably not gonna do the coloring. I could probably do that tomorrow morning and just finish him out as far as the coloring. But what I'm gonna do is at least get this line work straight. Let me sit back, get myself readjusted so I can relax while I work on this. As you see, a lot of times when I work on these projects, I be sitting way the fuck close. But really, I have a recliner chair right here because my gaming chair had broke. My gaming chair was expensive as hell. It was $300. So to buy that again, I gotta save up. Well, actually, I'm about to get a new one, but I'm gonna buy that my new one with credit. I'm gonna buy my new one with credit, so my new one is nice and good looking. So let's move back, and I'm gonna bring my computer closer to me so we can get nice and relaxed. I'm gonna try to go for like another 30 minutes or whatnot and keep this shit rolling. Just give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna try to get adjusted. Give me 1 second. Let's move these wires out the way so I can sit back and sit in my recliner. What was I doing? Give me 1 second, y'all. Let's take that off. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's put that right there. Okay, we back on. Let me put up my recliner so I can sit back and relax as I work on this. Come on, baby. Trying to move this shit. Bitch. Well, guess I won't be reclining, but I am sitting back, so fuck it. All right, let's continue. Too much playing. Let's continue. I just wanted to sit back, man. Sometimes when I'm sitting up like that for like a whole hour, it should be having my back hurting. And one thing that I was taught very early is if you work on graphic design, do not work on graphic design in an uncomfortable motion. It ruins your motivation and it messes with your creativity. Some advice that I got very early on, probably like my second year doing this, is people always tell me, well, you know, graphic designers that's been in the game for 20 plus years, they always say never do graphic design in the same space all the time. When you do design in the same place all the time, it'll break your motivation. Don't do that. Sometimes try to be mobile. It's okay to be stationary. A lot of times people, they try to work on desktop computers and whatnot, but try not to always be stationary. Try to be an individual that can kind of work everywhere. You know, go out and touch some grass, man. You know, go out and explore some different areas. You know, go out and, go to Starbucks and all type of shit. And don't get it twisted. Don't think just because you black, you can't go to these type of spaces, you know, and work on your stuff without people watching you and shit like that. You know, go. I'm not necessarily telling you where to go. Just go somewhere where you be comfortable. One thing about me, I do design anywhere. You'll fuck around and see me in South Bend randomly at the library working on shit. You'll see me sitting in my car and shit while my kids outside playing and shit, you know. I try to do this as much as possible just so I can get better. And you want to make sure you explore your options and your environment. Don't always just stay in one spot when you work on something. You know, try to get your shit nice and clean and put together. Yesterday we was working for so long, my battery started dying. My battery is good for right now, so we not dying. We can get this line work done. But I will be stopping in about 20 to 30 minutes, probably even faster than that. I'm just going to start getting this line work together. I want to make sure I got these characters nice and clean before I get to the line work. Let's make his ear a little bit more sharp. We want him to have that real bear look to him. So let's get our pen tool and let's make those sharp edges. Boom, 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 boom. See, as you can see, it looked like I just made like a bunch of box lines, but don't worry about that. What you want to do is just grab your pen tool and just start bending. Start bending. Make sure when you bend it, you're bending it to where it's retaining the same shape that you're going for within the design. So let's go around. Let's get nice and rounded. Y'all just don't understand how crazy my day was today. I'm surprised I'm even still doing this right now. But this is the thing about your passion. When it comes down to your passion, don't let nothing stop you. And I feel like what I'm going through right now is a prime example of that. Okay, so now we got that a little bit sharper, cool. So now he has his bear look again. I feel like now when you look at it, even when you just look at the way it looks, he has his bear look now. Let me put a circle right there to try to simulate that his pants has like a button right there to fasten them. Let's put that right there. I don't know why his pants is open like that. I'm not with that, but I do want to keep it like that because I know that has a lot to do with his original look. Hopefully I'm not missing no details in the way that he's supposed to look. Let me check social media, make sure nobody commented or said anything. It said, I'm here for the therapeutic sense of creating digital art. You may be onto something because that's what got me into it. There is always like a very therapeutic sense of when you design at this level. You know, when you first start doing graphic design, I don't feel like it's therapeutic for real, because I feel like you stress out with this shit so much. It's not, it doesn't become therapeutic to you until you like start finally you know, experience, and once you get experience and you start figuring out how to do it, then once you start doing projects and you start doing a lot of preparation and line work and shit, then that's when it comes a lot more therapeutic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like once you start working on it, I feel like the projects start making more sense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's actually the reason why I feel like I do it, is really a lot for the therapeutic sense of it. Okay, so as you can see, we have both characters side by side. Let me check YouTube and see if y'all can see that. Okay, yeah, y'all can see that. So now we have them both side by side. I really want to determine the size dimensions of each character. I don't know how small Seabear is to Jamal. I want to say he is like right there at shoulder height. Let me do some research just so I can make sure. Okay, so Seabear is smaller than that. Seabear is a little bit smaller than that. He like right about here. Boom. He like right about there to him. Cause his hat comes to his shoulder. So you want his hat to be about right there. Let me turn Seabear to where he's not facing him, because right now Seabear look like he mad at this nigga Jamal. Yeah, we want them to look like they're probably back to back or like side to side to each other. So let's make some adjustments to the sizes. Let's keep it like that. I don't think I'm going to get too crazy. I'm not going to use custom brushes. If I use custom brushes, it's going to make it way too far away from the original. I do want to kind of keep these at like the, you know, close to the original. So let's, before we actually get to cleaning up the lines, let's start adjusting the sizes of the lines. Of course, the outer lines, we want a little bit more thicker than the inside lines. Oh shit. Yeah, we want that a little bit you know, thicker than the inside lines or whatever. So those inside lines, let's keep those thin. Matter of fact, you know what? I think we should keep all these thin. I don't know why. I just got a feeling like maybe we should keep all these thin. Let me see. Let me take a look at the original show. Yeah, because the original show, they were using brushes. I can tell just from looking at the strokes of the original. Yeah, so they was using custom brushes. They wasn't even, you know, losing no line work. This was before the computer cartoons. Somebody said something. Let's see. Yo, shout out my guy Trappenstein. Always coming in showing love. Always done coming through showing love. Jordy Bro says, have you done designs for clothing brands? You know who you talking to, Mr. Jordy Bro? I mean, hold up. Let me see. I don't want to say Mr. Jordy Bro. I'm disrespecting you. Let me make sure. Go to your page right quick. Hold up. Man, yo. Yo, this is, what's his name? This Goldie. Yo, shout out my nigga Goldie. I'm saying Jordy, bro. Like, who is this? This is my nigga Goldie right here. And Goldie is asking me, have I done designs for clothing brands? Goldie, nigga, you tripping. This is J Damage you talking to, my nigga. Do you know how many clothing brands I've designed? Serious shit. Like, bro, I've designed probably, no funny shit. I've designed probably over 100 clothing brands. Easily. I've probably designed over 100 clothing brands since 2020. I've put together so many clothing brands. Like, if I was to go back and audit all the clothing brands that I designed for, I would probably have thousands, if not millions. I don't get down like that. I'm not going to audit nobody. If I made a brand for you, you have nothing to worry about. You're in safekeeping. But I'm just saying, like, I've created so many clothing brands. I could I could be getting seriously paid right now. Like, just to throw out a couple. Matter of fact, I don't want to be putting too much personal business out there, but if you go to Jeremiah Phillips' video right now, if you click on any Jeremiah Phillips video, anything that you see him wearing, I designed that. Think about that. That's millions of views. I designed that. That's just one. Like, so if you think of the clothing brand Popular Loner, a lot of people don't even know that. I created the Popular Loner brand. Real talk. No bullshit. Go look it up. It's called the Loners brand. I created that. I created the Indiana Gang clothing. Of course, I co-created that, but I fully designed that whole shit. Stay Down and Grind. Man, like, bro, so many of them. It would take me all day to say all of them, but like, yeah, like, I've designed a lot of clothing brands. It just, I don't post everything that I do. So a lot of people don't know a lot of stuff that I've done. But yeah, bro, like, you already know. I've been working, been hustling, been designing shit, been in the game for years. Anybody who knows me personally, you already know. Don't get it twisted just because you see me online with the proper voice and things of that nature. I'm not some shaky dude that's out here scary and not really interacting with the people like that. People who know me, they'll tell you, like, man, J Damage will be in the middle of the hood with a bunch of gangsters designing and all type of shit, man. I've been doing this. This ain't nothing new. What's new is me coming to the internet and teaching people and shit like that. That's really what's new for me. But, you know, I've been in the game, bro. Been in the game, been making these brands. I just never brought it to the internet because the internet is some shaky shit sometimes. You got to be careful whenever you promoting yourself or a product, because I think the reason why I've always been scared to even be on the internet like that is because like, you know, sometimes I don't be wanting to be involved in shit because that's just not my personality. I don't want to be wanting to be involved in those scandals. All of a sudden, as soon as somebody become famous, they come with some weirdo allegations and shit like that. And that's just not my style. I just don't want to be around. I don't like a lot of attention. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like a lot of attention. I don't like a lot of stuff being around me. Anybody who knows me personally, they know this. I just don't like a lot of attention, bro. Like, it's just not my thing. Most people don't even know I'm a black person. You know, for years, people have been seeing J Damage the brand, but they have never seen J Damage the person. And I've always kept it like that because, you know, a lot of shit I just didn't want on camera or anything like that. Like, I had a lot of street shit going on. Didn't want a lot of that shit on camera. And I'm still not trying to keep that shit on camera or any of that around me. I feel like now that I'm older and I'm doing a lot of like older things, I'm not involved in no street shit, no guns, drugs, and none of that type of shit. So now I'm a little bit more comfortable. Like, okay, cool. We could do this whole internet thing. We ain't in danger or putting nobody in danger, nothing like that. Okay, so let me do some research on Jamal because I want to see what Jamal wears. I want to make sure his clothes is on point. Jamal and C Bear. Let's see what Jamal wears. Okay, so Jamal wears a vest. He wears a black vest. Hold on, wait, no, excuse me. Yeah, he wears a black vest with a purple shirt. You know, this is some 90s shit. This is some 90s shit. Like what? Like, bro, I don't think I've ever in life seen a nigga with a black vest and a purple shirt. Like, bro, like, that is the weirdest combination of clothes to be wearing, bro. And then his shirt, hold on, wait, because his shirt looked like it's a turtleneck. Yeah, his shirt is a turtleneck. Is his shirt supposed to be a button up? Yo, whoever drew this nigga's wild. Because his shirt looks like a turtleneck on certain pictures. And then in a lot of his remake pictures, his shirt is like his shirt is a button up. So I'm gonna keep this little fake turtleneck he got on. We gonna just rock out with that. His turtleneck shirt. Yo, in the 90s was niggas wearing turtleneck shirts? Niggas in the 90s was wild. Like the 90s was a wild time. Like, did you know when I was a kid in the 90s, niggas thought wrestling was real? Hold on, wait. Let me say that again. Let me make sure. Look at me in my eyes when I say this shit to you, my nigga. People thought wrestling was real. Do you know when niggas used to see The Rock up there? Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Niggas thought he was a real killer. They thought that boy was on stage really knocking niggas out. You know, when I was a kid, I thought it was real because I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember watching an episode of wrestling. I seen Stone Cold face was bleeding. I said, oh shit, this is real. I thought there was some real shit going on. Oh shit, they got the homie Stone Cold out here bleeding and shit. Man, I remember a white dude in school put me on. I was going to Darton. School. If you from South Bend, you know what I'm talking about. I was going to Darton. That's a predominantly white school. If you're from South Bend, you know that. I was going to Darton, and I'll never forget, I had a friend named Zachary. He's like my best friend at this time, and I was in like second grade. And he told me, he said, oh yeah, you know wrestling is fake, right? I was like, what? Get the fuck out of here. He's like, yeah, all that's fake. He was like, yeah, that's all like performance. He's like, I went there. He's like, I went and seen them because Zachary, he had money like a motherfucker. He had parents with money. This nigga used to come to school with Star Wars, everything. Back then, like that's how you knew a kid had money. But he told me all that shit is fake, man. None of that is real. And I was like, what? I was like, man, it's grown ass men out here running around feeling like WWE is. It wasn't even WWE back then. It was WWF. It was like, it's grown ass men running around here saying WWF is real. Ain't that some shit? Niggas in the 90s was different. Let's get back to this design, man. Okay. Let me see. Make sure nobody said nothing. I don't want to be ignoring you. Ignoring yous. Okay, let's see. Yo, shout out to my kids, man. Shout out to my kids. Showing love in that chat. Listen, all my kids, if y'all see anybody disrespect me in the chat, you know what to do. This is daddy is giving you permission. Anybody say something crazy, you know what to do. Stone Cold. It's the grown man part is crazy, but true. Yes, bro. Listen, bro. Bro, I'm not even trying to be funny, bro. Like, listen, like, bro, think about this, bro. In the 90s, bro, like serious shit. Like, just think about this. In the 90s, there was grown ass men who thought Undertaker was killing niggas, bro. Bro, that shit is funny when you think about it now. Like, when you think about it now, you're like, yo, like, what? Like, that is weird as hell. But, like, if you see wrestling, like, nowadays, it doesn't, like, have that, like, that thing. Because, like, if you grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, of course, if you was, like, born in the 80s or whatever, like, wrestling was, like, a big thing. Bro, that shit was big. Like, nowadays, wrestling is, like, nothing. But, yo, that shit used to be big. Yo, it was hella people. Like, I remember, like, I used to go to people's houses. Man, the whole house would be sitting in the living room watching wrestling and shit. Like, that shit was big as fuck back then. But, like, now, like, yo, like, that shit is, like, non-existent. It's like people, like, it's like everybody figured it out at the same time and shit. Like, everybody just figured it out and got disappointed. But, yo, like, niggas in the 90s believe that shit. They believe that shit. But wrestling was lit in the 90s. I don't care what nobody say. That shit was lit, yo. Like, yo, just the way that everything was, the music, everything. Like, in the 90s, it just seemed like the music and everything was just better. But, like, nowadays, that shit is fucking corny. Like, yo, what the fuck is this? But, yo, these niggas in the 90s was different. People really believed that Undertaker was killing people. Like, for real. It was grown-ass men running around here choke slamming niggas. Yo, if I'm lying, yo, prove me wrong, bro. If I'm lying, prove me wrong, bro. For real. He put, I didn't know it was fake. I used to body slam my cousin in real life. Facts. We used to look. when we used to watch WWF back then, we used to like they used to be like showing us that shit. I remember Stone Cold he used to do the remember the Stone Cold stunner, hit a motherfucker, grab him with your shoulder and drop down and shit. We used to do that shit in real life, nigga. We would think about it. We was realer niggas than the wrestler niggas. We was realer niggas than Stone Cold, bro. Like we was doing that shit on people in real life. Nigga, I remember we got into a big ass fight in Little Mexico at the park. Niggas was doing real wrestling moves on niggas in real life, in real fights and shit. Like think about it. A lot of those moves, like motherfuckers died from that shit, bro. I don't know if y'all remember that, but people died from that shit. It was people who used to like watch WWE. And like they used to like perform the moves. Oh, it said Mankind with Mr. Socko. Yo, you going way back. Yeah, I remember when Mankind was when he was in a group with The Rock, and they used to call it Rock and Sock. But yo, it was like I said, it was like people out here really performing them wrestling moves on niggas, yo, in real life. And I remember a long time ago, like this girl had like got killed from that shit. I remember going to school, and I remember in school they did this big ass announcement in school. They was like, don't do no wrestling moves in school. Some girl got killed from that shit. They was like, you do that wrestling shit in this school, we gonna expel you. I was like, oh shit, nigga. I can't do my wrestling moves no more? Man, fuck this school. Yo, like for real, like we used to take that shit serious in the 90s. But it's like going to school, telling everybody to suck it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. When D-Generation X used to do the suck it shit. Yo, people still do that suck it shit to this day. People still be doing that suck it shit. Like people still be I don't know if I'm doing it wrong because I ain't seen that shit in a minute, but niggas put their hands together, suck it, bitch. Like we used to do that shit like at school and shit. They banned that shit too. They banned that shit from school. They banned any motherfucking wrestling moves. And when niggas used to do the worm, remember that shit? When niggas used to do it was Scotty Too Hottie. What was their name? Scotty Too Hottie, and damn, what was the other nigga's name? It was Scotty Too Hottie, Rikishi, and Grandmaster Sexay. That was his name. And remember Scotty Too Hottie, if I'm not mistaken, he used to do the worm. Remember the worm? When niggas used to do the worm, and niggas used to be on the ground doing the worm and shit. And that shit got banned from the fucking school. He said, hey, we used to be fucking each other up. No, serious shit, bro. Niggas used to do those wrestling moves on each other for real, bro. For real. Niggas used to do those moves on each other for real. Like, we used to see that shit on TV, nigga, and go try that shit on niggas. I wonder, like, when niggas was coming up with the wrestling move, did they know that kids was doing that shit? Nigga, we used to watch that shit. We used to watch motherfucking Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Triple H, Rob Van Dam, like Mankind, so many dudes, bro. We used to watch them and go do that shit to people in real life. Motherfuckers are getting in real fights and perform them moves on people. For real. Nigga, I used to couldn't wait to get into a fight just so I could do that shit on a motherfucker. Like, for real. Yo, that shit was crazy, yo. Like, for real. The 90s was different, yo. We used to have some shit in the 90s, and I feel like the people of this generation, they would never understand. I feel like if they seen that shit, they would be thinking like, what the fuck was the people in the 90s on? These niggas in the 90s was on one. Like, what the fuck was they even like interested in? Like, we used to watch and value some weird stuff, dude. Like, for real. Wrestling, I want to say it was wrestling, Pokemon, because Pokemon was real popular back then. It was wrestling, Pokemon, Game Boys, and like game systems, because this is when game systems really like popped off, like PlayStation and a lot of the 3D shit. Yeah. It's what was dude name that had the whole train? What was that? Ooh, that sound familiar. I can't fucking remember. Elbow drop a motherfucker. I seen it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, like if I remember like in school, like when niggas used to get into a fight, ooh, motherfuckers used to try to do an elbow drop. I remember a nigga tried to do an elbow drop on me and missed, bitch ass nigga. But I used to kill the worm, man. Hey, look, I was never good at the worm, bro. Like I was never good at that shit, bro. The worm was like hard, bro. All aboard the whole train. Who used to say that? No, I'm about to Google that shit. That sound familiar as fuck. Who used to say that? Aboard the whole train. Who used to say that? Oh, that was the Godfather. That was the Godfather. Yo. I knew that sounded familiar. Like, yo, where did that come from? The Godfather was like a wrestler. Yo, like back in the day, he was a wrestler. And then I remember I used to play this game on 64 called WWE SmackDown. And when he used to dance, he used to have like this taunting move where he used to dance with a nigga would how did that shit go? Where he used to dance, he used to be like, he like, all aboard the whole, yeah, man, bro, you going way back with that. Oh shit. Oh shit. It said, I had the frosted blonde tips in my hair and wore a visor upside down. Like Scotty Too Hottie. Oh, you was on that white boy shit. Yo, kid, you was on that white boy shit, yo. Hell no. You really had the Scotty Too. Hold on, let me go. I want to show y'all how this nigga Scotty Too Hottie look. Hold on. This nigga can't use to dress like him. Hold on. Let me show you how this nigga used to look. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Scotty Too Hottie, back then, he was popular, bro. Like, bro, everybody was doing the worm back then, bro. That shit was popular as shit, bro. Bro, it used to just be like, I remember like walking in the hallway at school, and there used to be like hella people like straight up like just doing the worm out of nowhere and shit. I remember we had a talent show at school, and it was just a bunch of like kids doing the worm and shit. This is what this nigga Kent used to dress like, y'all. Yo, for real. Like, yo, this is some old school shit, bro. Yo. Yo. It said it was a super quick phase when I was 9. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, though. That shit was popular as fuck, bro. I remember that shit, bro. It's crazy because I remember that. Like, at this time, I was living in the projects. Like, I was living in Fremont projects when I was a kid. I didn't live there, but my dad stayed there. I used to go stay with my dad and shit. And like when I used to be in Fremont projects, I remember like it used to be kids. We used to go like to this basketball court like across the street. We used to go to the basketball court across the street. I remember niggas used to just be practicing wrestling moves on each other. Or they would just be fucking doing the dances and wrestling and shit. Wrestling was very popular back then. It's so crazy how in the 90s, how popular that shit was. And nowadays, it's like non-existent. You don't even see people watching that shit no more. Like, when my kids seen wrestling, they thought that shit was fucking corny. They was like, what the hell? Like, how did anybody ever like this? Like, my kids don't get that shit. They like, how did anybody even think this was even real? Like, this looks like goofy. But like, you know, back then, man, that shit was everything to us, bro. Like, we thought that shit was lit. That wrestling came on, and then when when Undertaker would come out, and then his music would come on, and the whole screen turned black, and then the nigga would look at he would look outside the ring and look scared. Yo, niggas in the 90s was different. Niggas act like somebody was really gonna die. Like, for real. Niggas act like somebody was gonna die. Oh shit, that nigga Undertaker in the building. Yo, that shit was funny, bro, when you think about it. Yo, that shit is crazy. Oh my god, bro. It said the upside down visor cocked to the side was fire, bro. Bro, I remember when I was a kid, I used to see a lot of dudes with the visors, with the blonde tips. You got to think this was back then where what was that white boy group that used to be super popular when we was kids, and they was some singers. What was the damn name of them? And that's where Justin Timberlake came from. I remember there was a lot of white dudes trying to have that look. That look that group had. What was the group that Justin Timberlake came from? They was real popular back then. Hold on. Let me check right quick. Justin Timberlake group 90s. What was that group called? NSYNC. Yes, my nigga. A lot of y'all white dudes, y'all gonna try to. Jordy bro put NSYNC. Yo, shout out to Jordy bro for putting that in there. Yo, a lot of y'all white dudes, y'all act funny. Y'all act like y'all didn't fuck with NSYNC. But a lot of y'all had y'all hair like them. I don't care what y'all say. I remember that shit. I paid attention to you niggas. I ain't forgot about that. It say, yeah, NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Yes, that's the name of them. Backstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Scotty 2 Hotty. In that era in the 90s, a lot of white dudes would have either the curly hair with the blonde in it, or they would have the spiky hair with the blonde. I remember this era, bruh. Even the Spanish dudes, y'all was doing that shit too. Don't get it twisted. Y'all Spanish dudes was at that too. And some of you black dudes was in that shit too. Don't get it twisted. Y'all was in the game too. I was watching. I say, I appreciate the last bro. Got to go to bed. Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you coming through, Kent. You already know we've been rocking like cutoff stockers for a little minute, man. I fuck with you, bro. I appreciate you sending in that them stars. And man, I'm on almost every day at 7 p.m. If you get a chance, man, just come in, come fuck with me for a minute, man. If you got some time, you know what I'm saying. You already know I do not be doing these lives to be trying to see who online, who watching me, and that type of shit. You already know I just come in and, you know, show love and whatnot. Hell nah. But NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, yo. Yo, that shit was popular at a point in time. I don't care what nobody say, man. I'm talking about every time you turn on the radio, you hear them dudes, man. For real. That boy Justin Timberlake, yo, you can't even front on him, bro. He had the 90s on lock, bro. I mean, not the, the 90s and the early 2000s. He had that shit on lock, bro. For real. Black women wanted this dude. This dude had shit on lock, bro. When he came out with that song, Senorita, oh yeah, he was running shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was running shit. I remember that, bro. Like, he had that era on Smash. He had that era on Smash, bro. You don't really hear about Justin Timberlake like that. Dude had the era on Smash, bro. So I need to get in here more often. I really want to learn some graphic design. Bro, that graphic design shit is easy, bro. I've been telling dudes that graphic design shit is easy, bro. It's just hard learning, all this extra shit that comes with it. But this graphic design shit easy, bro. It ain't really that hard. It's just that this cartoon shit ain't easy. This cartoon shit, you got to learn the steps to this shit. Once you figure out the steps, bro, it's a piece of cake, my nigga. I always try to teach people it because from a money aspect, like, if you learn how to do this the right way, you can make a lot of money off of it, bro. Like, and I just try to teach people for free, unless a person want me to walk through them like step by step. You want me to walk you through step by step, then I try to charge. But usually I try to teach people this shit for free because I learned it for free. But shit, most of the tutorials that was on YouTube, they gone, bro. Because a lot of the tutorials had that music in it. And a lot of that shit that had music in it, they took that shit off the internet, bro. Like, you don't see a lot of the original tutorial videos no more. I'm like one of the only niggas you can damn near get a lot of these methods from. These original methods of how people learn how to do this shit. Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm glad my nigga Kent came in here. It said you just had someone with 2,300 followers on Trovo, on your Trovo page. Yo, shout out to Trovo and shout out to people who just randomly check me out. Like, it's always somebody who like randomly like pop in and show me mad love and whatever. Somebody just showed me some love on, what was that, Twitch? It says Vanilla Vice. Oh yeah, that's my guy Kent. Yo, shout out to my guy Kent. He said, had to hop over here and give you a follow. Yo, shout out to my nigga Kent, man. Kent, I met Kent at a battle rap event. People who have seen me within the battle rap circuit. As you know, I've did battle rap for smaller companies. I've did battle rap for bigger companies. I worked with URL before. I worked with some local Indiana spots. For URL, I did the I can't remember what they called that. I did the Midwest circuit though for URL TV. A lot of people don't know that. I never went around bragging about that. Nigga, I'm working with URL. But yeah, I've did work with a lot of like well-known names in battle rap. That's how I met like a lot of individuals like Kent Vice and a lot of them. So shout out to Kent Vice. He had his own league at a point in time. If you don't know, you just do your research on that. It's a yeah, I'm gonna need some of them shortcuts you using. Yeah, bro, like with graphic design, it's a lot of shortcuts that you want to learn when it comes down to this field, because otherwise if you don't know a lot of these shortcuts, like when it comes down to putting these designs together, this shit will confuse the fuck out of you and you will be looking stupid. You want to make sure that when you are working on these projects, you learn a lot of these shortcuts, and I believe they call these hotkeys. You want to learn a lot of these hotkeys. That's how I'm moving so fast. Like if you notice, like when it comes down to a lot of these projects, you probably see somebody work on this shit and move hella slow. I move faster because I learned a lot of the hotkeys real well. Cookies. I don't know who that was that came in, but check and see who that was that came in with the 2,300 followers, so I can make sure I follow them and show them love and possibly send them a donation on a live. They say, yeah, I'm gonna send some of them. I'm gonna need some of the shortcuts. Some of the get in here more often. I want to learn some graphic design. Okay, so I read everybody on there. Let me check YouTube. YouTube. Where's my live at? Okay, YouTube, we good. Twitch, we good. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so when I used to work with the URL, when I used to work with the Midwest URL, I used to work with Proving Grounds, which people call the PGs. So I've actually shot, I think, about almost 100 different battles for Proving Grounds. A lot of time when they would come to the Midwest, whether that was in Detroit, Philly. No, not Philly. Let me not say that. Detroit. It was a lot of the Midwest, like Detroit, St. Louis, Chicago. Chicago. That one was fucking crazy. It was a shootout right before the damn event started. Just a lot of spots. I've been to Milwaukee. Just a lot of different places. If you know my history, you already know that I've been in the streets for a long time. Been doing this shit. Been around a lot of celebrities that y'all probably know of, but I just never came to the internet bragging, nigga, I was just with this celebrity and shit like that. I just was working, bro. That's just my thing. You know me. I just be working and just moving around and shit. Shout out my guy Kent for reminding me of what I used to do. I forgot the name of that shit because I haven't did it in some years. But yeah, it was called the Proving Grounds. It say, I'm still serious about paying you for some graphic design lessons, bro. Come on, Kent. I thought you was going to bed. Come on, bro. Just let me know whenever you ready and we can set up a session, bro. Serious shit. Just inbox me. Let me know when you ready and we can set up a session on some serious shit. We can set up a session and I can make sure that, I can make sure that you get led in the right direction. Because it's not that hard, bro. I'm telling you. All it's going to take is probably about a good 1 or 2 sessions. And you're going to figure it out so much you ain't going to need me no more. But I feel like a lot of times people need me because they'll get stuck at some shit. But I always just try to teach you all the basics. And then just after I teach you the basics, I try not to just be taxing niggas for sessions over and over again because I ain't that thirsty for money. I just try to teach you everything all at once. And then if you get stuck, just hit me up and I'll guide you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I try to train people. So, you can take your training wheels off and ride and, and speed up. Shout out to Emran Robinson, constantly showing love. It say, I just need the basic fundamentals. I got a fire PC now too. That's what's up, bro. Bro, nigga, I need to get a better PC, bro. I'm struggling with this shit, bro. Nigga, I got the newer MacBook. I got the 2020 MacBook, the custom joint with the 16 gigs of RAM, the 2 terabytes, all that shit. Bro, this Mac itself costs thousands of dollars, and this still ain't good enough, bro. Like I got to get a a PC. Really, what I want to do is I want to get a nice gaming PC because I really want to get into the gaming shit, but I want to get into the gaming shit the right way. You know what I'm saying? If niggas see me do the gaming shit, I want them to know like, yo, that nigga Jake Damage really doing that gaming shit for real. Not just some goofy shit where the shit look cheap. Yeah, but shout out to bro, man. They say my wife selling her PC is got i9 CPU and 2070 GPU. Nigga, how much is she selling that for? Put me on some game now. How much she selling that for? I probably don't got it right now, but you never know. I might come up on a customer and be able to afford that shit out of nowhere. You know? As you can see, if you just now jumping inside the video, I'm just getting all the line work cleaned up on the characters. I already did all the line work. Now what I'm doing is getting rid of all the access lines. So once you're working on a project like this, what you want to do is get all your line work together first. And then once you have all your line work to the, oh shit. If you mess up, just hit Command Z. But once you get to the point where you're comfortable with your line work and what you put together, what you want to do is click group, expand, and then divide on your Pathfinder, and then start getting rid of all these access lines. It's not that hard to do. Very easy. My son or PC has got it. Yeah, bro. Just let me know, Kent. Inbox me and inbox me the pictures of it, the price, and we'll go from there. Let's not put that on here because I don't want somebody to try to block my shine and try to get that off you. Okay, what was my intentions with this arm? All right, remember, if you come up on a line that looks like this, use your curvature tool and get surgical. Just start deleting these anchor points. Sometimes these lines are merged together. This doesn't happen often. Sometimes it just happen every blue moon. Sometimes you'll have a project that'll never happen, especially if you have use a custom brushes. If you need custom brushes, anybody that watches these videos, if you need custom brushes, just inbox me. I will give you them shits for free. Fuck all that paying shit, all of that scamming shit these niggas doing. If you need them custom brushes, I'm giving them shits to you for free, nigga. Fuck all that. I don't like that shit, bro. For years, I couldn't even find custom brushes. And every time I was trying to get them, people were trying to tax me for them and all that shit. Man, I'm giving that shit away for free, man. Fuck that. All of that. People be charging people for just the pettiest shit. I mean, you know, I feel like if you made the custom brushes yourself, you manually made them, then I can understand if you're charging for them. But if you're just trying to sell me some shit that you found online too, don't try to fucking play me. Okay, y'all, my battery getting low, man. I might have to get off. My battery getting low, y'all. I hate to leave. I hate to go. I hate to leave, but I gotta go, y'all. I can't be on here all night. My battery will die. You know, when I come in here, I did not have my battery plugged in because when I do these sessions, I have so much stuff plugged into my computer at the same time. As you can see, I got a high-res camera. I got the microphones hooked in. I got all these apps running. But I'm trying to at least finish this line work before I get off. But everybody who's checking in, I appreciate you. TikTok, we already got off of there. Shout out to Tow Truck who jumped in here, showed some love. Shout out my guy Cookies. It says T-Bot. Who is that? I think that's like some matched rival Pancake Live. Shout out to whoever that is. Shout out to everybody who came in. Sometimes when it's a lot of people coming in, I can't keep up with everybody that's watching. But everybody who came in and hit liked and showed love, I really appreciate you. I'm about to be getting up off of here soon. I just want to make sure I properly acknowledge y'all. Once I finish this project, as a matter of fact, I'm going to finish this on live. I'm not going to finish this offline just so I can show y'all how to finish it. So I'm going to do as much as I can while I'm online right now. And then tomorrow I will finish it online. I will finish it on live just so y'all can witness it yourselves and, you know, just get a feel of how this shit go. I'm glad my nigga Kent came in because Kent reminded me shit I forgot about, bro. You know, I forgot that I was putting in work in the battle rap game at a point in time, like, but I never bragged about it. I always, you know, just did that shit. I never announced that I was doing it. You know, I just would post up, you know, pictures and flyers and shit I made. And I was doing a lot of stuff in battle rap. I was making flyers, recording all the videos, getting things set up, setting up the lighting, A lot of times, I was working directly with the promoters. I had great relationships with the promoter. Shout out my guy Rodney Guy. Really, Rodney Guy was the person who brought me in the game. Shout out to him. He actually was one of the people who first encouraged me to do the cartoon work. So shout out my guy Rodney Guy, always showing me love and respect, and always paying me handsomely every time I ever did any work for him. This man always paid me and always showed me respect, and I would never have nothing negative to say about that brother because he always showed me love. Okay, so once you get to this point, y'all, I'm going to get off as soon as I get done doing this. So once you get to this point of the project, once you get ready for coloring, what I want you to do is grab your selection tool, select the entire thing. Once you select the entire thing, go to the top of your screen and then click on Object and then click on Expand. Once you click on Expand, what I want you to do is go back to the top, click on Object, go down to Live Paint, and then click on Make. Once you do that, you're preparing your project to be colored with the Live Paint bucket. So what I want you to do is on the left side of the screen, what I want you to do is click on that paint bucket that you see. It's the very bottom button on the left side. It says, if you hover your mouse over it, it says Live Paint Bucket tool. Choose that, and then what I want you to do is color in all the blacks. I'm going to color in all the blacks, and I'm going to get off of here. One of the first things that I always do anytime I'm coloring in a project, I color in all the blacks. As you notice, I'm not going to color in this bottom part because I'm going to give him an actual real fade once I get back on and work on him. I'm just going to color in these blacks and then I'm going to get up off of here. We're going to finish this tomorrow. Let's see. Is anything else on them black? Okay, his vest is black. So let's color in that vest. I'm going to get this done with. And I appreciate y'all, man, for coming in, showing love. You could have been doing anything tonight, but you came in and you safely chilled with me, man. And I appreciate y'all for life for doing that. Y'all make sure y'all have a good night, a good, safe night. If you're going to be partying tonight, please drink responsibly, drive responsibly. And if anything, do not drive if you feel like you about to get drunk tonight. Man, one of my homies, he died from a drunk driver. So I always try to encourage people. I can't tell nobody what to do, but I'm going to encourage y'all. Please be careful if you're going to be out there drinking and driving tonight, y'all. And yeah, so that's it. This is what we have so far. We've done all the line work. We've done this the basic coloring. And tomorrow when I get back on, we're gonna finish this up and finish the rest of this. And I'm gonna show y'all how to do the colors, the shadows, and the highlights, just so I can give y'all the real feel. And this will probably be one of the first times you will see a clean, clear picture of Jamal and Seabear on the internet. So let me save this. Seabear and Jamal. Let me save that. Then I'm going to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody who came in and donated, everybody who came in and showed love. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of this thing. And y'all have a very good night. A safe night, man. All right? All right.